Hi, this is Ajanta ma'am, and today I shall be discussing Macbeth Act 3 Scene 1. Please subscribe my channel and hit the like button as well as the bell icon for a complete analysis into your literature as well as language. Now in Act 3 Scene 1, the lines Banquo's soliloquy, "Thou hast it now, King Cawdor Glamis, and I fear thou playest most foully for it." What does Banquo mean? Now Shakespeare's characterization never fails to impress us because of its human touch. Banquo is not like Macbeth. He's not like Macbeth, and he clearly steers clear of falling into temptation. He does not want to fall in temptation. And however, like any normal being, he cannot help but think about the prophecy's truth for himself when he sees the course of events. So, Banquo discusses, or rather ponders, and he admits that he has suspicious Macbeth. He's suspicious of Macbeth, who was the murderer of Duncan. Alright, so because he does not fall into the temptation, he knows that it is Macbeth who has already fallen for the temptation, and that is why he has murdered. How could he have everything together? So he has everything. He has Glamis. He is now the Thane of Cawdor, and he says that I fear thou placed most foully for it. Hi, this is Ajanta Man, and I'm back with another video on Macbeth Act 3 Scene 1. Today I shall be discussing the important lines of this scene. Now in Banquo's soliloquy, in Act 3 Scene 1, Banquo says, "Thou hast it now, King Cawdor Glamis, and I fear thou placed most foully for it." So in this Banquo's speech or Banquo's soliloquy, Banquo admits he is suspicious of Macbeth. Why? Because he suspects that Macbeth has, all things pointing out towards him that he is the murderer of Duncan. Now Shakespeare's characterization never fails to impress us because of its human touch. Banquo, a character who is not like Macbeth, he clearly steers free of falling into temptation, while on the other hand, Macbeth has fallen into that trap. However, Banquo, like any normal being, he cannot help hoping the prophecies turning truth for himself when he sees the course of events. And when he remembers the prophecies of the witches, he knows that there has something, the prophecies have something to do with the murder of the king. And Macbeth has fallen into the temptation and he has murdered the king. Because he has now become the Cawdor, the Thane of Cawdor, as well as Glamis, and as the witches predicted, he would be the king hereafter. In around lines 120, Macbeth soliloquy, in which he says, "To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep." What does Macbeth mean? To be king is nothing but to be securely stationed in a position of power is much better. And Macbeth thinks Banquo will turn in. Macbeth has already usurped the throne of Scotland and his coronation ceremony is over. And to attain this, he had to take the recourse of treachery and murder. Regicide has been committed, the murder of a king. But unfortunately, after ascending the throne of Scotland, he strongly feels that it is not merely enough to have attained kingship. It is more important for him to be safely established in his throne. And he sadly realizes that he is not safe as long as Banquo is alive. Because Banquo knows, and he also feels that Banquo may be suspecting him to be involved in the murder of the king in his castle. And therefore, he plans to eliminate Banquo because his fears about Banquo are too deeply rooted to be easily shaken up. So, having gained the throne, Macbeth is not satisfied because he feels that as long as Banquo lives, he is a potential threat to his kingship. Macbeth's soliloquy, he says, "It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it finds heaven, must find it out tonight." So Macbeth has successfully, because he is so bothered about Banquo, because his fears in Banquo stick deep, and therefore he has already made plans. He has already made plans to take revenge on Banquo because he is likely to be aware of his involvement in the murder of Duncan. He also goes on to compare his predicament or state to that of Mark Antony of ancient Rome, who felt in Caesar's presence as if his good spirits were being rebuked by Caesar's superior mind. Caesar was superior to Mark Antony, and Mark Antony, even though he had all the qualities in him, he still feared Caesar. So it is natural that Macbeth should fear Banquo. He is able to see all the qualities, the strong qualities in Banquo, which can be the undoing of his kingship. Macbeth says to Lady Macbeth, "We have scotched the snake and not killed it." What does it mean? That they cannot stop violence because the need for power will never end. They have just managed to kill Banquo and there is a great need to kill his son Fleance. So Duncan is in his grave after life's fitful fever. He sleeps well. Macbeth says this to Lady Macbeth, meaning that death is better than being in a position where power and life are always being threatened by people like Banquo. And Macbeth at this point has no friends. So he can trust no one. Thank you for watching.